Alright, so I'm well aware that not everyone on my channel is a football guy, but it's the playoffs, and I decided, you know what? Fuck it. I want to do some more football videos, and this will probably be my last one for a while. I might talk about the drafts, maybe not. But I figured it's the playoffs, we're going to have some fun, no more football for a while. Now, I'm only going to be talking about the wild cards, the wild card games for right now. That's really all I'm going to be discussing at the moment, because I can't aside from that, I don't really know if, like, you would just be going further down the rabbit holes of, like, predictions and whatnot. So, I'm just going to be talking about the wild card matchups, and maybe kind of go into who I might think has the best shot of getting to the Super Bowl. So, let's get started on the AFC side. So, the AFC, you've got the Browns and the Steelers playing, you've got the Bills and the Colts playing, and you've got the Ravens and the Tennessee Titans playing, with the Chiefs having the first-round bye week. So, let's get started with our first ones. My boys, the Tennessee Titans, taking on the Ravens. Now, the Titans beat the Ravens, who were the #1 seed in the AFC last season, pulled off 2 major upsets. This was like right after they beat Tom Brady in Foxborough. Like, they pulled off that pick 6 in Foxborough and beat him. And then everyone thought, oh, they're just going to get crushed by the Ravens now. No, they went out there and butt-fucked the Ravens into the dirt on their own turf. So, that's a major thing. And they've beaten the Ravens, I think. Did they play them twice? It's been a long day, I'm sorry. But yeah, they did beat the Ravens in during the season. And yeah, Derrick Henry ain't called the Ravens daddy for nothing. But at the same time, the Ravens have been kind of playing. There was a point where they're really lukewarm, but at the same time now they've made like they've been making an upkeep. They've been really playing up. So this might be a tough one, but the Titans are playing home. And the one thing I'm worried about is the Titans' defense. That's kind of proven to be weak. It's kind of had some problems with that Texans game was way too close to call. But I think with Derrick Henry, the juggernaut that he is, and Ryan Tannehill, I think is underrated. Speaking as a Titans fan, I wouldn't say that Tannehill is like one of the greats, but he gets the job done. Tannehill gets the job done. He's no, Patrick Mahomes. He's no Aaron Rodgers, but he gets the job done. That's the it's kind of like, in a weird way, he's kind of like Baker Mayfield in the way that as long as he has a decent offense around him, he's good. So I'm gonna give this one to the Titans, but I do expect this to be a close game. So I'm gonna give this one to the Titans. So let's move on now to the Browns and Steelers. Now the Steelers got in by the Browns got into the playoffs by beating the Steelers in Week 17. So now it's a rematch, and this time they will be having Big Ben around. They'll be having Big Ben Roethlisberger starting, but at the same time, I am very sketch about the Steelers. Yeah, they're 12-4 by the end of the season, but you lost back-to-back losses to not only the football team, the name redacted, you also embarrassed yourselves playing a Bengals team that was using backups and practice squad, and you lost to the Browns that allowed them to get in here. So the Browns have very much built like the Titans in a weird way, in that they have a great running game. Baker Mayfield, he's hot and cold. But then you have Nick Chubb, who literally gives everyone in Cleveland a chub whenever he runs in for a touchdown. And I've seen this play out before, where the Steelers will play down to their opponents. Remember Jacksonville? Remember when you played Jacksonville in 2017 and embarrassed yourselves to the entire league? Also, maybe Juju Smith-Schuster will dance on the logo for TikTok views. Maybe he'll do that again. That didn't backfire twice. So I think this is going to be another close game, but I think the Browns. I'm going to give this to the Browns because they're coming in hot, and also we achieved full 2020 by having the Browns in the postseason. But the Steelers might pull something off, but at the same time, I'm having major doubts about Their offense, I'm having Big Ben you clearly see he is not throwing up to par as he did last few seasons. So, it might come down to this might be close, but I'm going to give it slightly to the Browns because I just feel like they're here and they're clear and they want to beat up Big Brother to prove a point. So let's end this with Bills and the Colts. I am so glad I'm not playing the Bills in Buffalo. My team's not, the Titans aren't playing there and the Colts are because, you're going there to die, Colts. Yes, the Colts have a great defense, but Josh Allen and the Bills murdered the Dolphins on TV last Sunday. So I was almost looking at the TV going, stop, he's already dead. So the Bills are aside from the Chiefs, the Bills are the ones you really have to look at on the AFC side that could, out of everyone, speaking as a Titans fan, the Chiefs and the Bills are the two that are going to be the big ones to look out for in this league. So I'm going to give this one to the Bills. The Colts defense might pull something, but Phillip Rivers can be very inconsistent, and that offense is real sketch. So I'm going to give it to the Bills. So let's go over to the NFC side. NFC, you've got Washington playing the Buccaneers. You've got the Seattle Seahawks playing the LA Rams. And finally, you've got the New Orleans Saints playing the Chicago Bears. Bears, I don't know how you drunkenly stumbled into a playoff picture, but good on you, I guess. You had a bunch of straight losses, then suddenly you got good. Yeah. Also, Cardinals, after how bad you fucked yourselves the last two games, I can't believe, I know, honestly, the NFC East should not be even playing right now. They don't deserve to, and maybe the Cardinals should have taken that spot, but what's done is done. So let's get interesting and start with the Bears and Saints game. So the Bears defense is the big thing. You've got Khalil Mack, you've got everyone on there. It's a wall. That's the big thing about the Bears that everyone's been talking about, is that Bears defense. Mitch Trubisky and that offense, I still don't trust it. The thing is that you can still see Trubisky be Trubisky every time. So, the Saints, you've been here in this place before. You've been in this picture before. So, and you're going to be playing at home. So don't embarrass yourselves to the Bears. I'm going to give this one to the Saints because Drew Brees is back. You've got an excellent I think they've been really pulling off a lot of good defense. And Khalil Mack is going to be a big problem, though. Amari Cooper is going to be a beast out there, I think, that's a game. So I'm going to give this one to the Saints. Next up, we have the Seattle Seahawks and Los Angeles Rams. Again, it's kind of like we've got two member divisions playing each other with the Browns and Steelers, and now we got with the Seahawks and Rams. The Rams are really inconsistent. I don't know what to make of them, but the same can be said about the Seahawks. So this is the one game where I'm like, I don't know who I'm going to root for here, or who could win, because Jared Goff, like Mitch Trubisky, can be really inconsistent. The defense can be very wonky, but I also feel like the Seahawks offense has been kind of lacking as of late. It just kind of feels like really feels like they're putting a little too much of faith in Russell Wilson, which is not bad, but I feel like they're putting all their eggs in one basket and just throw anywhere, and that he's having trouble getting out of the pocket in the last few games. So this is the one where it feels like a toss-up to me. This is the one game where I'm like, I can't really picture who could go. This one could go. This is the one game where it could go either way. I am gonna say slightly to the Seahawks, though. I think their defense is going to be the big thing. They're going to be the big factor here, and Jared Goff can, like I said, there's major inconsistency there, and never doubt Russell Wilson in a playoff game. That's all I'm gonna say. And finally, we have the name redacted playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So Washington football, the Washington versus Tampa Bay. Oh boy, Washington led by Coach Ron Rivera. They've got a good defense. Alex Smith has been really making a good comeback story. But the Bucks are a major threat. The Buccaneers are a major threat. Of course, you got frickin' Tom Brady, and you've got that offense. But the thing is, though, I've noticed about the Bucks is that they, much like the Rams, they can be inconsistent as all hell. And I have this sneaking suspicion that they are going to really let the idea of going back to the playoffs get to their heads. Because I have seen this team steal defeat from the jaws of victory before. Having said all that, they might pull, I really want to back Washington because they pulled off that upset and gave the Steelers their first loss. But at the same time, you cannot doubt Tom Brady in a playoff game. That's another major thing you have to look at. I want to give it, because I just don't like Tom Brady to that degree. I hate Tom Brady to that degree, but I can't doubt him. I think I'm going to give this one realistically to the Bucks, but there's a part of me that just wants to have a feel-good story with Ron Rivera and Alex Smith. Both of them been dealing with a lot, so a part of me it really wants to be wrong and see Washington beat them. So there you go. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of the playoffs? I'm not going to go further because that's just a lot of weird mishmash. I was just going to talk about the wild card games. But you guys tell me in the comments below, who do you think is going to come out on top in these games? And also, who do you think is going to make it to the Super Bowl out of all these teams? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.